जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करके अपनी कुंडलिनी उठाकर वंदन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र।
श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका श्री कल की साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रा मोक्ष साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में अब हम सभी परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को सुनेंगे।
It was such a surprise to see you all in that procession. Actually, I was waiting and waiting, and I thought, why these people are not coming to call me for puja. It was a beautiful surprise. It's very joy-giving. Give me the other one, is to put this one. It's all right. The joy was dancing in your eyes. I could see the lights in your eyes. And this is the real Diwali. Diwali word comes from Two words, Deepa, Deepa and Avali. Deepa means, lights, and Avali means rows. Rows and rows of lights. It seems it's a very, very ancient idea. And all over in the world, you see, whenever they have to celebrate something, then they put lights. And lights, because light gives joy, gives happiness. So to overcome the darkness of ignorance, also we have to enlighten ourselves. And that is why it's important that everybody should get self-realization, to feel the light within themselves. And you must have noticed that after realization, the eyes also sparkle. This light in the eyes of every Sahaja-yogi. Today is the day when we worship the Lakshmi principle, which is in our Nabhi. Lakshmi principle that is understood, I have told you many a time, described Lakshmi to you, that she stands on a lotus and she has two lotuses in her hands. That means she's so benevolent, so kind, that she doesn't pressurize anyone. But normally you don't find that. Anybody who has money, he just try to pressurize or try to push down. Even in Sahaja Yoga I have seen people like that. If they are little better off, they try to push people, organize them, to control them. As if they think this is a power they have got out of the money that they have. But she herself stands on a lotus. That means on the beauty of a being is shown, that she doesn't trouble anyone, she can stand on a flower. So the first thing, those who have to worship Lakshmi have to remember one thing, that they are not to pressurize anyone, to push anyone, to control anyone or destroy. But she with her feet on the lotuses nourishes the lotus. Now two hands she has got lotuses. Lotus is a sign of beauty, and they being pink is love. So what does it symbolize? That a person who has Lakshmi, who has money, who has wealth, should be extremely generous, like a lotus which allows a horrible gnat-like black porky poking thigh, little beetle, also to come into it and to sleep. And she provides in the lotus a beautiful bed of comfort to such a person. She is black, he's got thorns in it, but he is coming to rest, surrendered, and then she covers it with her petals and makes it comfortable and protected. So for a person who has money, that should be the temperament. Otherwise he loses his money very fast. Or he is always insecure about his money. He doesn't know what to do. He wants to put money here, hide there, hide there, hide there. And there's no grace about such a person. And the house is such that you never feel comfortable, because all the time they are worried the carpet will be spoiled, this will be spoiled, that will be spoiled, that should not be spoiled. What's the use of having such a house which gives you a headache? Well, common sense. A house should be such where you can live freely, at least a house should be. But the soon we become materialistic, we get out of our Lakshmi principle. All the beauty of our wealth is finished. I have seen people that even a rat doesn't enter their house, leave alone human beings. They polish their silver, they polish their brass, they polish their furniture, their beautiful house is done with beautiful paper, expensive thing. But a rat also doesn't enter. And this is what is the Western materialism is. That we get so much worried about everything. I asked them, why are you so much worried? They said, because it's an investment. We have to sell the house. Everything is an investment. They themselves are investments, I think. How will they enjoy? They cannot enjoy their wealth because everything seems to be an investment. Their heads is an investment, their hair investment, nose investment, ears investment, everything is an investment. What's this of becoming human beings? You are just nothing but investments. Doesn't matter if the house is little bit sold, you get little less priced, what does it matter? After all, you have lived in that house. But I've seen that it's very common that if a guest is sitting and the child spills something, immediately before the guest will start cleaning it. It's very bad manners. What is this carpet worth than a human being? So the Lakshmi principle is to understand that matter is for expression of your love. How much you do for others, how much comfort you can give to others. I have seen some people, I've been to some people, that the Lakshmi, the woman who is in the house, won't even look after the tea of the people, nothing, she's just enjoying herself and bothering about the carpets or I don't know, about the soap, about this, but it's so low level, it's not even a humanistic thing. So Lakshmi principle means love. This very few people understand. To them Lakshmi means money in the bank. No, it doesn't mean that. It means money or anything like that to express your love. The another symbolic thing about her is she is a mother. And mother just gives, nirvaj. She doesn't charge any interest for what she gives. She just gives. Her enjoyment is giving. I mean, I always think, what should I cook for you? If I can do this, I can buy this, I can buy this present for you. I mean, Diwali is a good day for me that I can give you so many things that I want to give you. And I love it. Nothing like the joy of giving. If you have more things, it's a headache. It's a headache. But you think that I have to buy this thing now. What should I buy for? Oh, I have to give it to this person. This will fit that person, all right. So it relates to the collective feeling, a very beautiful feeling. So the Western people have to understand that materialism has gone too far into their heads. Everything to be insured. For what? But in India, if you have such people, I know, one or two people are like that in a city, small city, then if they see in the morning these people, they'll go and have a bath. Or if they are seeing somebody coming from that side of that kind, they'll just go in the other way around. I asked, I said, Baba, that is when he's coming, he's a horrible materialistic fellow. Better go this way. But here in the West, what should you do? Everybody is like that. Where should you hide yourself? So we have to realize, in all introspection, we have to realize that we have gone too much into materialism. That doesn't mean that you should not make money. That doesn't mean you should not work, you should be lethargic. That you should say that, Mother has said now, let us be lotus eaters. Not that. Try to understand. If you are making money, it is just to give. Then otherwise your situation will be bad. You will be always insecure about money. And those who have money, instead of feeling secure, they are already shaking like this, I have seen them. So what is the use of having? It's better not to have anything like that shakes you. Better to settle down with a little hut somewhere and enjoy Sahaja. So Lakshmi Tattva is not money oriented. Supposing you take a dog or take a donkey and put lots of notes on that, will you call him a Lakshmi Pati? Or take another human being who has got 10 cars to show off, has got a swanky car, and who is nervous, twitchy. Will you call him a Lakshmipati? There is no grace. In this kind of money that people have. They are crazy. They have no traditions, they have no sweetness, nothing in them. They are dry, as if the whole juice has been taken out of the sugar cane. They are like that. And nobody wants to go to such houses. But to be very frank, in such houses if I eat, I get vomiting. My Lakshmi doesn't like it. So you should feel obliged that you can give to others. You should feel obliged that you can do for others. This is first sign of a Sahaja. I shouldn't say, but what I've heard from many people, that people don't like to spend any money for Sahaja. They'll spend for anything else. They'll take some, what you call the face, what you call them, cosmetics. Or men may buy something expensive, watches and things. But for Sahaja they don't want to spend. Now you have to know that Sahaja is for the emancipation of the whole world. What is this cosmetic going to do for the whole world? Or your watch, what is it going to do? Or the way you dress up, or the way you try to show off, is it going to help the world? You are here to help the world and not to decorate yourself and just to make advantage of Sahaja. So it's very blissful. Sahaja is extremely blissful. It gives you first the glimpse of Lakshmi, that it gives you money. You are blessed. And then, that is the first temptation. And you fall, a prey, and you go down. So this Lakshmi principle is to be understood in its proper way. For Sahajogis it is very important because it is not so superficial as we think. It is much deeper within us. And when we touch our depth, it shows. Then there are two other symbols we see. With left hand, she gives. I've given this simile many a times that if you open one door, the air won't come in, you have to open the other door. So it circulates. She must give. So all those who have Lakshmi Tattva developed in them, they think of what to give. But they don't give the worst thing that they have, just like a waste paper basket is a friend. This is useless, I better, instead of throwing, I can give it to that friend. And then friend says, all right, it's very nice, I'll give it to another friend. And all friends are used as waste paper baskets. Whatever is the worst is given. How can you touch your depth? Whatever is the best, if you can give. If you are free to give, you should give the best. So one of the snacks is that we have never learned the art of giving. If we learn the art of giving, then it's so joyous, so beautiful. Because we are very ego-oriented. We understand what gives us joy, but we don't understand what will give joy to others. And when we understand what will give joy to others, then that joy reflects on us much more, 1,000 times. But there is then, as I said, that on the periphery both things work out. From one side are the miserlies, from the other side are the exploiters. So if you become generous, the exploiters are there. So then an antithesis. Another type of people become who get nervous, who don't know what to do, where to. In Sahaja, you do trust people all the time. You give. Of course, sometimes you are exploited. So it doesn't matter. That's not your lookout. You have not committed any sin. The one who has exploited you has committed the sin and he is going to suffer. So why should you worry? But with the help of this divine power, the one who exploits you will suffer. And you will get 10 times more than what you have lost. This is what it is to be understood by Sahajas, that we are now blessed by this divine power. We are not alone. All the time is blessing us. So giving means nothing is mine. My has to be. Even in Sahaja, I was surprised that people in the West who were not attached to their children get very much attached to their children. And they just think about their children and nothing else. This is another kind of selfishness. If you just think of your own children only and nobody else, then the same children will become Debits and teach you a lesson. And you will say next time, oh God, don't give me any children. Had enough. But if you make the child collective and teach child to give others and to enjoy that, then from the very childhood the child becomes extremely generous. And generosity is the quality, is of an incarnation, Aishwarya. Aishwarya doesn't mean only the money, the wealth, but generosity excels the money. That is his Aishwarya. And that is the sign of an incarnation and sign of a surgeon. The another hand is like this. That means she gives you protection. If you don't feel protected with money, throw it away. Just run away from it. Headache. But also she gives protection to others. A person who has Lakshmi, he has family, he has children, he has everyone. The worst thing I have seen, that in the West, the parents don't give any money to their children when they grow up. Then don't look after them, but they are so possessive. On the contrary, in India, we give all our lives to our children and we are least possessive. And they are even possessive of the grandchildren. That's why the families are like this here. So the whole system has gone, in a funny way, chaotic. So it is important for Sahajogis to understand that they will, first of all, look after their children, give them whatever they need, nourish them, give them guidance, don't spoil them. And secondly, once they are married and have children, they will not try to possess them and possess their children, their wives. And this protection that is given is the protection of a mother. Say you are working in an office, you are working in a hospital, you are working in a factory, anywhere you are. All other people who are working under you are your children, are to be treated like that, and they have to feel like that. They have to feel it's a family. Try this. My husband, I told him that you treat your office as your family. So early in the morning they used to arrive from Calcutta about say 5 o'clock by plane. And I would myself cook their breakfast and give it to them. They were just ordinary clerks. Because this is how, through the protection, through the care, through the love, you can make them so dynamic. And that is how the Lakshmi Tattva will increase. Otherwise there will be strikes, there will be fights. This is enlightenment. That's why a person who thinks he is capitalistic must understand that a capital is worth nothing if you don't know how to use your Lakshmi principle. That's why they end up in jail, they end up in lunatic asylums, or they become smugglers, or something happens to them. They just go off. They are never respectable. And I haven't seen any statue of a man who has been garlanded for being rich. So if you are rich, nobody is going to respect you. But for generosity, something substantial. What have you done? Something substantial. For others, for the society, for surgery. We are working out now ashrams and projects and things and all that. But when it comes to money, surgeries think, no, that's not my job. Only I can send my child there. Mother must look after all the children, mother must do this, mother must find out this, she must provide for this, everything she should do. What about me? I'll just put money in the bank. Swiss banks, especially. So one has to decide how much of my money I am giving for the work of Sahaja Yoga. I don't want your money. No money is to be given for Sahaja Yoga in the sense for your realization. But if you have to have a hall, if you have to have a program, if you have to have an ashram, anything is to be done, you need money. And for that anybody asks, all right, give £1 each. They won't give. No, why should I give £1? And there's a national competition in there, national competition. It shows that still you have not touched your depth. If you touch your depth, you'll give and you'll enjoy your giving. You must touch your depths. So the enlightenment is yet not complete. Now, I'm saying it to you all individually. You introspect yourself and see for yourself. Let us see, count how much money have I given for Saj Yoga work. All of us. Individually. Now, it will give me present because you think that gives you blessings. That's not the point. Point is how much money I have kept for Saj out of my income. This is the first question of Lakshmi principle. Now, how the Mahalakshmi Tattva comes in? First the Lakshmi. Lakshmi is born out of the sea. Now, why she was born out of the sea? She was born out of the sea because her father is a generous personality. Look at the sea. It spreads its wings all over, gets itself heated up completely so that clouds are made, and these clouds go and bang at those high mountains where it rains. They form the rivers and then they come back to the sea. But all this while the sea contains all the salt within itself. All the salt is within itself. And then it gives salt. Christ has said, you are the salt. What is the salt? Salt which gives the taste to food is your Guru principle. You cannot become a guru, you cannot become a leader if you are a miserly person. You cannot. How horrible you would look, just imagine. So she is born out of the Guru principle. And this Guru principle starts working in you when you have this Lakshmi principle awakened. Not money, I am not saying money. It's the Lakshmi principle. When you start thinking, what sweet thing I should give to another. When you start thinking, what should I do for others? You have to be extremely sweet, soft, not dry people. How to express my love? So first thing is, as the sea spreads its wings and says, all right, let the sun take away my water. Let me boil. Let it become the clouds. In the same way, you people have to understand that unless and until I allow the sun, that's the spirit, to evaporate this water from me, means to give to others, how will I develop this Guru principle within myself? You cannot have salt in the sea water unless until you evaporate it. So you cannot become a guru unless and until you allow the evaporation of this water, of this wealth, the money that you have. But if you are not matured enough, like the sea, then you will remain at a level that, like mad, collecting all the muck of the world and ultimately end up in some lunatic asylum. Because all maryadas are lost, all dharma is lost. Without Guru principle, how can you have dharma? You do not think of anybody else, you do not even think of your father, mother or anyone. You don't think of your collective work, you don't think of the world. That's too much. So you become small, 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 small. But when this Lakshmi Tattva starts, that's the first inkling of love. Love for others. I know you all love me very much, but it's not complete reflection of your mother. You have to love each other and share everything with each other, with love. Then this first light of love, Lakshmi, starts showing in you. In that light, when you move, become very deeply generous. Enjoy your generosity. But I've seen before Sahaja Yoga, people don't care for their children, don't care for their wives, don't care for anything. Either they go to the pubs or they have other women kept or something like that. But after Sahaja Yoga, like a pendulum, they move to the other extreme. Then their wife is the most important. Even if she's a bhoot, anything, she's the most important thing. Then the children, like hawks, they grab their children, their wife, their house, their things. To them then becomes, this is the main duty. Mother has said we should have good families. But I didn't say that you become slaves of your families. I don't say you break your families. But don't crush them with your narrowness. Let them grow. Let them open out. So from one extreme to another extreme you move. You have to come in the center. So this love has to start showing itself, manifesting itself in all humility. You are doing it for yourself, you are not doing for others. If I am trying to help somebody with money, I am trying to help myself because I can't bear that person in trouble. So no obligation. And I do it secretly. I want to talk about it because I am enjoying it secretly. I am enjoying myself. I am not enjoying the idea that I am doing this for others. But just for myself. So the ego part that is within us, which is more bloated with money. When you can pick out a man who has money, there are stand off from others, they different, Then you think, is he coming from lunatic asylum? No, he is very rich. They look as if they are from lunatic asylum, but they are they are rich people, very rich. They stand in an angular way, look at others in an angular way. Very stupid people. So this is what we have to understand, that we have come out of one kind of a nonsense, we should not jump into another. And we should see that we are here for Sahaja Yoga. We are specially chosen for Sahaja Yoga. We have to work out Sahaja Yoga and nothing else. All our family, all our household, everything is nothing but Sahaja Yoga because we are dedicated. That we are deeply into it. So all these questions I find, women dominating men, men dominating women, will all disappear. The moment you decide that we have to awaken Mahalakshmi principle within us, and the Mahalakshmi principle is the principle where you start seeking the truth and nothing else. But how can you seek the truth without any light in your hand. It's not some sort of an abstract thing or just a drama. Oh, I am seeking the truth. With my eyes closed and with darkness in my hand, I am seeking the truth. How can you take to Mahalakshmi principle unless and until the Lakshmi principle is embedded in? Unless and until you feel that love for each other, you have felt that love, you have expressed that love, you have been generous, you have been enjoying the generosity of your own, then only you can rise up to that principle of Mahalakshmi, which is the spiritual principle. And this spiritual principle has been established within us by penances of all the deities, if you see. See, look at Sita. She was born a daughter of a great king, married in a family who was so rich. And she had to go in the jungles without even shoes, and she had to starve herself for our sake. And then with all this she suffered. Without any comfort she lived, and then was attacked by this horrible Ravana. She lived with him and kept her chastity and purity. And then she came out of that ordeal and she created this Mahalakshmi principle to begin with. Why did she do it? She should have succumbed to this Ravana and should have enjoyed. I mean, normally people would do that. Why did she suffer so much? Because she had a nobler life to lead for our sake. She had to do that ordeal for our sake. And she did it. So she was the first incarnation, we can say, of Mahalakshmi principle. You see her background, from where to what she went. Sakshat Mahalakshmi had to go through all these things to show us that if you want to have the Mahalakshmi principle within you, then what sort of a woman you should be. That's the first. We have seen her in it. Then who came afterwards? Then her is Radha. Radha came, Radha. Ra is energy, Dha is the one who has sustained, is Radha. If you see her life, all her life she worked out our Kundali, Rasa. Full of sweetness, full of beautiful generosity. She danced and danced and danced. Her feet used to pain which Sri Krishna used to rub them. And she didn't go with Shri Krishna. When he became the king, she said, you go. That's all right. I have to still work out Mahalakshmi principle among the Gopas and Gopis. She stayed back in a small place. But how much surrendered she was to Sri Krishna. How much surrendered she was to the work of Virat. That she knew I have to work out the Virata's work. And she stayed back. There are so many beautiful stories about her. So the second penance of the Mahalakshmi. We know in Radha. Then the third one came as the mother of Christ. She gave her child to be crucified. But we just introspect ourselves. How much we are attached like hawks on our children. If anybody says anything to the children, people don't like it. I've got reports from Switzerland that if anybody says anything to the children, the parents don't like it. No. Nobody should say anything to their children. Here she gives her child to be crucified for the emancipation of humanity. I can't even look at the cross.
अब हम सब मिलकर परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे।
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार माँ, कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियाला माँ, कर दिया उजियाला। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता माँ, है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सब त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री स्वामी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
जय श्री माता जी। 17 से 19 नवंबर को निर्मल धाम में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय श्री महालक्ष्मी पूजा एवं सेमिनार का आयोजन किया जा रहा है। कार्यक्रम का विवरण इस प्रकार है। 17 नवंबर को शाम 5:30 बजे से ध्यान एवं संगीत संध्या का आयोजन किया जाएगा। 18 नवंबर को सुबह 6 बजे ध्यान, सुबह 10 बजे से मॉर्निंग सेमिनार एवं शाम 5:30 बजे से ध्यान एवं संगीत संध्या। 19 नवंबर को सुबह 6 बजे ध्यान का कार्यक्रम, 10 बजे मॉर्निंग सेमिनार एवं शाम 5:30 बजे से श्री महालक्ष्मी पूजा का आयोजन किया जाएगा। सभी सहयोगी भाई बहनों से निवेदन है कि कृपया इस कार्यक्रम में सम्मिलित होकर परम चैतन्य का आनंद लें। International Shri Mahalakshmi Puja and Seminar is being organized in Nirmal Dham from 17th to 19th November. The program schedule is as follows. On 17th November, the program will begin from 5:30 p.m. onwards with meditation followed by musical evening. On 18th November, morning meditation from 6 a.m., morning seminar from 10 a.m., and meditation followed by musical evening from 5:30 p.m. On 19th November, morning meditation at 6 a.m., morning seminar from 10 a.m. and Shri Mahalakshmi Puja from 5:30 p.m. onwards. All Sahajogi brothers and sisters are requested to kindly be a part of this seminar and puja and enjoy the divine bliss. Jai Shri Mata Ji.